Hello folks, this is Larry Heather. I'm reporting from the Co-op Shopping Center on McLeod Trail, across from Heritage Square here, southwest Calgary. So I went into my bank this morning without a mask, with the great crime of not wearing a mask.
Yeah. Yep. You're endangering not only your health, but the health of everyone around you when you don't wear a mask in public until such a time as we get this thing under control. All you're saying to everyone around you is, I value my comfort over your safety. That's what you're saying, and it makes you an a-hole. That's why people hate you. That's why people yell at you. That's why you're getting tickets.
And I get my first ticket, which is 3 days into the bylaw, a $50 ticket, and it says fail to wear face covering when required.
Yeah, that'd be what the ticket's for if you're not wearing a mask and you get a ticket for it.
Now the unique thing about this is the Scotiabank is taking on enforcement duties rather than just posting what they're supposed to do under the bylaw, which is to post a sign at a prominent entry place. If they don't post a sign, they can be fined $200.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
But they
Thank you to Shylock for 2 bits. Feels like a crybaby emoji would be good unless there's one and I haven't seen it.
took it to the next level. They say we are going to be...
Imagine being such a selfish prick that not only do you go into a bank or wherever you're going to go with no mask on during a global pandemic that's killed almost 200,000 people just here in America. And let's look at the U.S. death toll. That's always fun. U.S. COVID death. We're up to 179! USA! USA! Hooray! Anyway, imagine in the midst of all this being such a selfish douche that you not only go into a bank with no mask, especially considering this guy's old, and he's at risk himself. So not only is it selfish, it's incredibly stupid. It's a weird combo. He's a selfish idiot. So he's endangering himself, he's walking into a bank, he's endangering everyone around him, and then he gets a ticket, still decides not to wear a mask, goes outside, and starts filming a video and thinks people are going to be on his side, which falls more into the idiot category. What is wrong with these people? Dr. Gamble with 300 bits. USA, USA, USA. Yeah.
be policing the door, and we will not give service.
Oh, he's Canadian. Scotiabank. Like Nova Scotia? Is he Canadian? That's even worse. He should know better.
We will
Let
not
me double check that. Scotia Bank. The Bank of Nova Scotia, operating in Scotia Bank, is a Canadian multinational banking and financial services company, one of Canada's biggest 5 banks, 3rd largest Canadian bank by deposits and market cap. So he's probably Canadian. I don't know if there's any in the US, but I've never seen one.
not give service to people that
The court ruled that the CDC and hospitals have to give the death rates and contaminations. Trump got owned on that? Yeah. Wasn't he trying to get them to send them directly to him and not the CDC?
will not wear a mask.
Oh, here's a picture of the tree branch if you wanted to see it, by the way. I mean, it's big. It's bigger than it looks. It's kind of hard to see without a frame of reference, but like, let me show you this tree branch. Oh, there's a Elon in the way. Hold on. It's a big old branch. It's very, very large.
Can they either provide a mask, or you got to go wear a mask, or they say, well, just do online banking.
Oh, he's in
Well,
Alberta.
this is a fundamental denial of democratic freedoms, folks.
Okay, first of all, Frankly, if someone forced me to go into a bank and do my banking in person, I would consider that to be a human rights violation. I don't want to interact with people at a bank. Use the internet, you old fuck. Learn to use a computer. You do not have the right to go and do your banking in person. Heck, there are banks that operate almost entirely online. Like, you do not get to be like, it is my human right to go into the Scotia Bank and get some suckers or whatever and annoy the tellers. No. No, it's not. Stop it. You're not being denied service. All they're doing is telling you, hey, use online, or come in, but wear a mask. It's very simple.
Folks, the bylaw was crafted in a way that even in council they said 60%. If we get 60% enforcement, we would be happy.
Yeah, that's probably a consideration with just about all laws, especially one like this where you're going to have some cops who are probably not going to enforce it very hard. So the entire point of this law, for instance, is to get people to wear masks so they don't fall into that 60%. Of course there are going to be people who are going to get away with it. That's not the point. Just because we know some people are going to get away with certain laws, or get away with breaking certain laws, doesn't mean you don't make the law. It's a deterrent. Daddy Sume, like Second Community American Mutual, that's a great bank. It's only online, no physical locations at all. Yeah, I also watch Kitboga. I get it.
So for a $50 fine, we're to give up a major freedom. $50 fine. Give up our freedoms to
Just wear a mask! Just put a mask on, you big baby!
have in-person banking services.
Please, I don't know much about the Canadian Constitution. I very much doubt one of the rights in it is, right to go and do your banking in person without a mask. I very much doubt that. What is wrong with these people? I don't get it. I don't get the big deal. It's just a mask. Wear it. To quote Michael Jordan, stop it. Get some help.
Scotiabank. I don't know if I'm the first one in Calgary to get one, but since I made a music video.
Your dad probably fought in World War II. His dad probably fought in World War I and sat in a trench for a week with a gas mask on, and you can't wear a piece of cloth over your mouth hole for 5 minutes while you do your banking. You giant man-child. Either grow up or please die.
Called Unmasking Calgary, making fun of Naheed Nenshi and his masking bylaw, which I would call like muzzling Muppets bylaw. And so this possibly is the first ticket in Calgary.
Muzzles prevent you from speaking or opening your mouth. Masks don't do that. It just keeps your mouth spit and your nose air from escaping and spreading to everyone around you. Pretty simple.
Deliberate violation of the masking bylaw 3 days in. Now, there is a prediction in the Bible that the time comes when you will not be allowed to buy or sell or...
Oh no, is he gonna say the masks are the mark of the beast?
...service unless you take the mark of the beast. I don't think that time is quite yet because I don't see a third temple in Jerusalem yet. But this is a premonition. This is like a training camp for Antichrist. This is like a training camp.
How is the generation that fought in World War II produced... How is it that the generation that fought in World War II produced the absolute most entitled, whiny, idiotic generation in human history? Because they were handed literally everything. The United States was literally, like, the only, like, manufacturing economy on the planet that wasn't devastated by World War II. So the business was booming. People could go and get jobs. Tax rates were high on the rich, so programs were funded. Housing prices were low. Jobs in college were easy. College was cheap. Jobs were easy to get. You got paid really, really well. Unions were strong. They were handed everything. And then as they got older and continued to exert their power in politics for their own benefit, to pad their own already ginormous pocketbooks, they stripped away those things from their children and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren. Like... They're the biggest selfish buttholes on the planet. It's like, oh, I had a really easy job. I got a job in high school, and I paid my way through college with it, which you can't do nowadays. So let's you know, I'm investing in some private colleges now. So can we up tuition and make sure that I can make more money so my children and grandchildren can't afford to go? They're all assholes. They're just the worst. The best thing to me for some of these people is they've devastated younger generations economically so much that when the time comes for them to, like, and this has already happened to some of them, but I hope it happens more so, when the time comes for them to retire, to try and, like, sell their McMansions, there's just going to be not enough people to go and buy them, and it's going to, like, depress the value. It's real, they're just they're the worst. I hate them. I hate them so much.
So I don't know if you can read. Says failure to wear face covering when required, and it's any kind of face covering. It could be just a tissue face covering. That'll do, because the whole point of it is power. And
no, it's not. A tissue face covering is still better than none. If that's what you want to do to make a statement, go for it. Make a tissue paper mask, but still wear the thing, because it'll still block a lot of your air. I'd rather you wear, like, a mask that you buy. But if that's where you want to, if that's the hill you want to die on, gasping for air because you caught COVID, fine. Wear a tissue paper mask. It's better than nothing.
Submission. It is submission to the
They all
government
need a big heaping serving of karma. Yeah.
on arbitrary law that was decided in council over 2 days, and actually the full face ban was decided within a matter of 2 hours. It took 2 hours to put this through.
Yes, because it's common sense. Because it's very simple. Because only idiots and selfish people, and a mix of the two, are the kinds who disagree with this.
And the result is your ticket, $50. Failure to wear a face covering. They made instead of a mask, because a mask sounds too harsh, it sounds too grotesque, so they put face.
No, because you could theoretically wear something other than a mask. Like, you could wear anything as long as it covers this. As long as it covers your nose and mouth holes, you're good.
Covering.
I think some people, for instance, because they don't want to wear a mask, use those face shields. I think it's less effective, but at minimum, like, if you sneeze or something, it's not spreading it as much. I don't know. You'd probably get away with that. MW1642, thank you for gifting a sub. How many subs gifts do we have left before? Ooh, 9. We have 6 more until I get to my monthly goal. Sweet. I didn't think I was going to make it this month because I started it like on the 10th, but...
And that means any kind of covering, a kerchief, anything as long...
Great, then put one on. Put on a handkerchief on your face, as long as it covers your holes.
As long as your nose and your mouth is covered up.
Yes, do you not understand the point of the face covering? That's the entire point. It's to keep the holes in your face that produce air from your lungs. It's to keep that air from spreading, or at least to keep the particulates that are in that air from spreading.
Now, it is causing enormous communication problems, of course. People are already mumbling behind plexiglass barriers. You can hardly tell what they're saying. But it's sociological dynamite.
Kane
and not
Malice,
only
thanks
that,
for following.
it leads to a lot of lung diseases, fungal diseases of the throat, because you're not
No,
exhaling your viruses.
Fungal diseases of the throat. Does this guy know that the inside of your body is wet all the time? Like, what do you mean? Fungal infections of the throat. You exhaling air from your mouth, which you're still doing, by the way. If you have a mask on, you're still breathing. It's just keeping the particulates and stuff from spreading. Do you think that if you somehow didn't breathe out, that the inside of your, like, esophagus and your, like, air tube, whatever that's called, I don't remember, I don't know, body parts, do you think they'd be dry? It's inside your body. The inside of your body's moist. Dude spanking dudes, please, I've been wanting the next Tinfoil Tuesday. Can we see some COVID conspiracies? Next Tuesday, maybe, yeah.
It's a normal process to exhale what your body cannot use.
Trachea.
So you're exhaling
That's what it is, thank
CO2.
you.
So when you put a mask covering on, you're inhaling it back in,
There's nothing funny about
and it goes into the...
It was already in your body. If it was already in your body, why do you think it would be a danger to breathe it back in? Daddy Sume with a bit. No, he thinks that you need to exhale those viruses or they grow in your throat. That's not how anything works.
The bloodstream as an acid. It converts to an acid. It's called respiratory acidosis. It throws the whole pH of your blood out. So just reporting here, I don't want to go on too long here, but this $50 ticket being refused banking services at the Bank of Nova Scotia. It could happen to your bank. It could happen everywhere, I guess. That,
Good.
Maybe you have to go outside of Calgary to do your banking if you don't want to do it online. But this is really a fundamental breach of democratic freedom, and I will
No,
fight
it's not.
this ticket in court. John Carpe has already said from the Center for Constitutional Justice that this ticket should be fought. It's unjust. It's very much out of the jurisdictional power
No, it's not.
of the city of Calgary to do this sort of thing. They're contriving up health reasons. They think
It's not contrived.
But it's
There's a global pandemic. You psycho.
actually faddish globalist reasons rather than legislation authority. So I just make this protest my first ticket under the face mask bylaw and by a bank which provides essential services. Larry Heather signing off at McLeod Trail.
Learn how to use an app. How about it? I know you're old, but regardless of how old you are, the world is going to continue to change. And I don't go into a bank even if I have to. I go through the drive-thru. Who likes to go to the bank? What a psycho.
Co-op and Hull Avenue, I believe it is, across from Heritage Square here. Just give you a little look-see of the location here.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Daddy Sume, a favorite YouTuber of mine, said it best. Learn a skill! Who said that? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, so now what to do? I'll keep you posted.
What an a-hole.
Be sure to subscribe, like, and share this
Oh,
video
Jake
on
said that? I don't remember when he said that, but I know I've heard it. These people are ridiculous. They just need to stop. Thank you, Daddy Sume with another bit. Yeah, thanks.